What's up, friends? Welcome back to a new YouTube cast. Today we're going to be having a look at a game recently played between Serral and ShowTimE on Eternal Empire. So we see bottom left is going to be ShowTimE, top right is going to be Serral, of course. We're very familiar with these players. It's a game from the most recent DreamHack Masters Europe, I want to say. DreamHack Summer Masters, or DreamHack Masters Summer, whatever you want to call it. Doesn't really matter much to me. Now, we're going to see a very interesting wall here coming out of ShowTimE. You might be wondering, why does he wall like such a clown? Well, actually, this is pretty smart, because he can wall with a building here. And if he puts another building over here, this is going to be a full wall in combination with the rocks. Meaning that there's only going to be one entrance towards his potential third base, and that's this one. I mean, in theory, there's this, but if Zerg has to walk all the way over here to attack you at your third base, then I think the game's pretty much lost for the Zerg already. Like, generally, they're going to be taking this ramp and perhaps some multitasking over here. Now, if you do wall off this area, you might make yourself vulnerable for stuff like Nidus Swarmhost in this spot, for example. It could be difficult to deal with. So you don't want to wall it off too fast. You want to do it like your 9th or 10th gateway, something like that. So we have Serral opening up with a quick speed. We have ShowTimE going for an Oracle opener, so we see that European style with those oracles, while most Koreans tend to prefer glaive adept openers or some type of TT drop. Interesting to see what ShowTimE is going to be able to do here. First adept is just gonna, well, I guess these are two adepts, which are gonna be taking this watchtower for now. Metabolic boost is about to finish at 333. That's a pretty fast speed. Usually on larger maps you'll see Zergs delay their speed to get a little more minerals, but not in this case. So Serral indeed will be getting a bunch of Zerglings out to try to take his tower, but with that Oracle close by and this little choke that is over here, this shouldn't be too much of an issue, honestly, for ShowTimE to keep these two adepts alive. Now, he's going to be taking a third base. He has a fourth adept already. This is what ShowTimE loves to do. He loves this 4 adept opener, getting himself 3 adepts really before anything. And I think he likes to go into triple Oracle as well from here. Yeah, exactly. So triple Oracle, and then he'll either follow up with Forged Twilight or with a fast Robo. I've seen him do both. I think majority of the time he will be going into that robotics facility just to make sure that he's going to be safe against any kind of roach push, get that fast observer out, maybe be able to deny some creep or get some scouting information. Now we're going to be seeing no real action so far in this game. ShowTimE is gearing up for some flybys. With these oracles, of course, you have this location over here, which if there's enough queens there, you can always fly into the main base, but Serral realizing that is a vulnerability, only has a single queen there, but with double spores should be completely fine. These 5 queens and a 2-2-1 spread. Very, very common spread. If your queens are in position, should not be able to get too many drones here. You see ShowTimE immediately going back. 2 queens will be in position. Oh, ShowTimE actually gonna try from a different angle here. It's going to be going into the natural, sees 2 queens there, gets 1, 2 workers and loses an oracle. That's definitely not worth it. Want to be killing 6-7 drones for an oracle if you're playing triple oracle, and it's kind of okay, but in general you just want to keep your oracles alive, to be honest. So not the greatest of start here for ShowTimE, who will be getting +1, a very fast prism and a Twilight Council. Another flyby with 2 oracles. Does get pushed away by this queen. Gets 2 more workers. And Oracle will survive for now. You see Hydra then. +1 melee on the way here for Serral as well as a 4th base. So we'll be going into Hydra Bane and a... Wait, what? Did he cancel the Hydra then just now? Okay, so Hydra then is here. He's gonna get roaches. And then... this spire is at a weird location, but it's actually going to be very difficult to scout. The only thing that can realistically scout this is an observer, which is why I love these 2 queens and this overseer over here, which might be able to kill any kind of observer, at least chase it away before it gets in. Link's trying to get a scout on this move out. mean, this move out shouldn't really be able to do too much. What's the gateway count that we have right now? There's 5 gates down, there's 3 more on the way. We'll be going up to 8 gateways, 2 oracles come in, another oracle goes down for 4 workers. 8 workers killed and 2 oracles down. It's not exactly what you want if your name is ShowTimE in this game. +1 isn't finished yet, charge isn't finished yet. The worker count for Serral is actually surprisingly low, 73. Yeah. It's probably gonna be just enough for now. He's gonna be having that rich Vespine geyser, which he will use to save a lot of his gas for that potential Muta switch. Of course, the purple gas gives him double the gas count. Observer over here. There's only a single observer on this map, right? Oh, I love this Archon drop follow-up. So he basically does a little bit of a push out and then it's like, alright, that was my push out, now it's time for me to try and get some worker damage down with this Archon drop. Too often we see Protoss players just put in the Zealots, but if you have Oracles, it's very difficult for Zerg to move across the map. So putting 2 Archons in here isn't that much of a risk. It's not like you're gonna miss them at home, because majority of the time you're actually not gonna need anything at home. ShowTimE knows that. He has good map control, good map vision with that observer, of course. Now, there's one thing that I'm a little worried about, and that's the fact that there is no scout from him. He is not aware that there is a spire. He is preparing a couple of cannons. He saw the rich Vespine geyser and he saw a low drone count. Now, usually a low drone count either indicates some type of all-in or it indicates Mutalisk with a big Roach Ravager push or Roadling Bane push as a follow-up. The drone count is actually pretty okay now, 77. Is there some oversaturation somewhere? A little bit into the main base. Should be fine for Serral, honestly. How many Mutalisk did he build? 12 Mutalisk. Am I correct? Yeah, 12 Mutalisk. +1 has finished. No +2 on the way yet for Serral. +2 is halfway done right now for ShowTimE. There is an Archon drop here. If he loses these 2 Archons, they could be very, very painful and expensive. Prism does get spotted. Serral will be heading for that Prism. ShowTimE's gonna get a recall on this. No? Not so far at least. We have 3 Immortals out. We have these units absolutely destroying this cannon. 5, 6, 7 workers going down immediately. Stalkers falling very rapidly as well. And ShowTimE's response is, alright, let's move on the map. I think this might be the incorrect call. There is a bunch of Banelings being morphed. There's a lot of Banelings. There's no Baneling speed yet though, but there's no Storm either. So this fight is going to be very, very rough here for ShowTimE. Battery is going to go down. Big Zealot run by going towards the 5th, but there's no workers there. So really nothing for Serral to defend. 67 workers left over right now for ShowTimE. Who's getting close to Storm, getting close to +2. I would love if he just manages to stall this fight a bit actually. I mean, he has a decent enough worker count. If he just manages to max out, he can clear some of this creep. Gets +2 and Storm. I mean, he might actually be in a playable position here. Why does he not have a single Phoenix yet? Okay, there's a single Phoenix. There's no batteries though. That's a little bit painful. That is a little bit painful. Now, we see a very decent retreat here coming out of ShowTimE. This scared me. I was afraid these were gonna get caught by the tail by a couple of Banelings or something like that. That doesn't seem to be the case. ShowTimE not reproducing any probes for now. Fort base seems to be a temporarily isolated base. A couple of Stalkers and a Phoenix need to be used to push away these Mutas. Phoenix is very, very low. He's gonna need some batteries in order to keep this Phoenix alive, and in order to do more damage with his Phoenixes and keep them alive for longer. I mean, 2-3 Phoenixes actually is a fine number against 12 Mutas if you have a battery, especially with the new battery overcharge. That helps a lot. Instead, we see a lot of Stalkers being warped in. There is a big Baneling count though here for Serral. There's 39 Banes. Gonna walk up this ramp. There's no Storms here. This actually could be pretty dangerous. Where are the Storms? Storms are coming in now. This is a difficult dance here for ShowTimE. He needs to be in position at all times. Another Phoenix does go down, and Serral's meter control is so ridiculous. So annoying to play against. And ShowTimE's supply keeps falling and falling while Serral's bank keeps growing. 2k in the bank. Well, basically 2.5k, 2k. Banelings rolling in towards the natural. Not doing too much damage for now. No +2 on this Banelings either, but still with some decent micro. Should be able to get 15, 16 workers. 13 workers. ShowTimE have been rebuilding some of them, so Still at 68 workers and 11 Mura rebuild. Huh. To me it feels like right now there is plenty of counters against the Muras, right? Blink is almost done, there's 15 Stalkers on the map. Wouldn't it have been better to invest that either into a greater Spire, more Banelings, or just simply keep a bank? Like, what are these Muras gonna achieve now? Realistically, I mean, there's no cannons here. If they manage to get around, sweep around, there's no real base defense whatsoever to speak of. Archon tries to come back to save something at least. You have a recall here. One Templar's gonna go down. Oh, we have a bunch of Templars way too far forward. What a mistake here by ShowTime. He's gonna be losing all of his Templar. Cast one Storm. We have 4 Templar on the map, but none of them currently have something. At least we have a single Storm, I'm sorry. Oh my god, the Muras are so annoying in the hands of a player as good as Serral. This guy's so annoying. 17 Stalkers, and of course Stalkers aren't the most brilliant unit to have against Baneling, Roach or Ling Ravager, as they just don't trade as well. You want a more Archon Immortal focused arm. You know, gonna see a couple of decent Storms are coming out of ShowTime. Actually a lot of Banelings going down. This base will fall, however. Banelings will make sure of that. Then we'll just go down here as well. Serral's bank is just so freaking big still. 83 workers. 6th base on the way, Muta's still alive. 39 workers have gone down so far this game and more are falling. There's not a single attack upgrade on this Muta list actually, which surprises me with how many he's built. I mean, we've seen 21 Mutas go down already and there's still 5 alive, so 26 Mutas total. 20 workers have gone down in the past minute or so, and I mean, Serral's bank is just increasing. Greater Spire on the way as well. It feels like he's just toying with ShowTime at this point. I mean, ShowTime is retaking this 4th base, which is nice for him, but he's gonna need more than just a 4th. He's gonna need something close to a miracle, honestly. 42 Banelings, 7 more on the way. See a Ling run by being set up as potential for a Baneling run by. Oracle will find it. This is a scary angle for Serral to go in. I mean, if there's a couple of Storms here, like, this is as clumped as you're gonna get, right? And the Banelings are rolling in. Serral has had enough. He's like, you know what? It's now or never. You ain't gonna live forever. Yes, a lot of Banelings do end up falling, but I mean, all these trades are completely fine for well, actually, this was a really bad trade. Really, ShowTime barely lost anything. It was like 4 workers and a couple of Templar. The problem just being, of course, that the mining for Serral is so sick. He has the 2nd base with the Rich Vespine Geyser, so already having this one mined out. Gonna start getting this gas as well. See, the income is extremely in favor of Serral right now. I wish I knew how to do these income graphs. There is a button for it, but God knows how to do that. Well, not like that apparently. Serral actually lost most of his bank at this point. But Jesus Christ. 55 workers have gone down this game. And it's rare that you see Mutas with this many kills, right? 6, 4, 5 kills on this Muta list. I mean, it's just impressive to see how long he's kept them alive. 27 more Banelings. We finally have +1 on the way now that Greater Spire is done. I mean, there is many ways that Serral can finish this game, and I don't really see many ways for ShowTime to finish this game, or let alone get back into the game. Jeez, how many Banelings is this? 79 Banelings. Let's see if we can blow up. Not 9 at this point. 91 workers against 53. 199 supply against 141. We have a small Ling run by, actually forces out a recall. Here comes Serral. Here comes the Banelings that seem to be running either into the 4th or the 3rd. Might just be going for the High Templar. Might actually be able to get them. I'm glad I followed these. Oh, good pick up there by ShowTime. ShowTime actually drops on top of the Banelings and gets once again a decent engagement. But every time ShowTime takes like 5 minutes to get his supply back, and Serral takes 3 seconds. So even though his engagements have been absolutely fantastic, it feels like Serral isn't really tryharding these engagements, you know? He's basically telling ShowTimE to get out of the game, and ShowTimE is being stubborn. He stays in. Right now he's going to push across the map. A final hooray. I just don't think it's going to be enough, though. I just don't think it's going to be enough. One Templar in the Prism. Baneling count only at 23. There's 3 Broodlords out. Army supply is actually relatively close. I'm a bit surprised by that. Here come the Banelings though, rolling forward. Stalkers in the back are going to tank a lot of these shots. Archons are going down, and there's more links going towards this fort base, which is really the last mining base. ShowTimE realizes, and GG's out as Serral wins this game. Now, if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. We're very close to 5,000 subscribers here, which is obviously fantastic. Thanks everyone for that, and I'll see you all next time for a new YouTube cast. Thanks, and bye-bye.